Many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Need service on your home air conditioner? No matter what brand you have, just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our sales event is underway this month. Right now, get 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. 0.9% APR on Chevrolet and GMC vehicles, plus a $1,500 trade-in bonus on select Silverados and Sierras. You put all that together with some big Koppel discounts, and you have a tremendous buying experience. So stop on into the dealership or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice. Wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice, Omaha, and all town, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no Empire Fence provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Gather round. This is the Ticket Water Cooler.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at ticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clary.
Psych! No Bach today, but it is I, Enrique Alvarez Clary, affectionately known as Rico, to all of you. Welcome into the Ticket Water Cooler here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. I am joined by my good friend and a lot of the time co-host, Austin Orman.
It's kind of turning into that, isn't it?
It really is. At some point, we're going to have our own show together. I don't know when, but it's going to happen.
We had a trial run at the pregame show. That went really well.
Well, I think it might be a thing for these next 2 weeks is if Nick keeps being out. Nick is down in Omaha right now with Jake Sorensen checking out our area where we're going to be because we will be down in Omaha at the College World Series this coming Friday, next Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, doing our thing down there. We'll also be broadcasting the games here on the Ticket, but in between those times, we will be on the air live from the College World Series, partnering with Blur Parties, just hanging out downtown. It's going to be a grand old time. It's going to be fantastic. So hope to see a lot of you down there. But you can get into contact with the show, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, 402-464-5685, or check us out on Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Subscribe, like, follow all of those pages. Help us boost those numbers up right now. We're not sitting at rookie numbers, but we want to get higher. We always want to get higher in those numbers. So please, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, like, subscribe, follow, share, retweet, all of that fun stuff. At 93.7 The Ticket is where you can usually find us on all of those sites. But Austin, how are you doing today?
Just hanging in there. I'm usually here at this time, but I'm usually in the back eating lunch or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So got to get up and get going a little early.
Yeah,
so
I'm sorry I had to drag you in here. And
no, it's all good.
Be able to,
trying to be a team player. Next man up mentality.
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like there's at least the first hour and a half of your show is pretty pretty self-prepared with the NBA Finals coming to a conclusion. Nebraska volleyball adding a very special assistant coach, and the Jordy Bahl stuff still out there. Trying to see where she's going to land. Lincoln Arneal did tweet out that he has people telling him that Jordy Bahl is on a visit to Nebraska today. Again, no word on her commitment or when or where she will be going. We know that it's in the state, but again, there are two other Division I programs that aren't named the Cornhuskers, so that is something to keep an eye out for. So, just a lot of stuff going on, especially with women with the first letter J in their first name.
Well, the name Jordan, but
spelled differently.
Yeah,
but
one
Jordan.
letter different.
It is.
Yeah. So here's my question on Jordy Bahl, real quick.
Okay.
If she comes to Nebraska, do you use her kind of like Courtney Wallace, where she's mostly in the circle and hitting every once in a while, or do you go full Shohei?
So if you go back and look at her stats from, I believe it was just her senior year at Papillion La Vista.
Hit like 500 or something.
She hit around 500. She had 20 home runs, and she had, I think, somewhere around 40 plus RBIs. I could be way off on that number, but she hit around 500, had 20 home runs as a batter, while also having a sub .2 ERA in her entire career at Papillion La Vista. I think she only lost 3 games with the Monarchs. So I think you go full Shohei with her. And I think, again, this is just a thought. This isn't what I've heard from anybody. I think that might also be a reason why she left Oklahoma, aside from being homesick and wanting to come back to the state. I think she wanted to hit. They had her, Patty Gasso had her run, so she didn't have to focus on pitching as much. But I think being able to hit and being able to step into the batter's box while also being in the circle and give yourself some run support might also be something that she's looking to do. And I think Nebraska would be more than open to doing that. I'm sure UNO and Creighton would also be the same way, especially for a player of her caliber. With her 1 ERA and her 2 years in collegiate softball and her ability to swing the bat. I don't see why Nebraska wouldn't be more than willing to offer her the full Shohei treatment.
That's what I think would be best for the team as well, to slot another, solid bat in there. Yeah, 5'10" with 20 homers and 50 RBI is a senior at Papio. And then while she's doing that, she went 27-0 on the mound with a 0.1 ERA. Not anything 0.1, just a 0.1 ERA. Just 27 hits and 15 walks in 137 innings. She can continue to be a dominant pitcher. I would love to see her get the chance to swing the bat a little bit more. And that's interesting too, regardless of the sport. When there is a talent like Jordy Bahl out there, when you have a number one, prospect in football or basketball, how much of it is what do I want to do and what will you allow me to do? And how much of it is now you're committing to the team. We expect you to buy in and be a team player. That's a fascinating line that I don't think coaches, talk about a lot.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think you're kind of crossing over on both sides, where we want you to buy in and be a team player, but also what's best for the team might be exactly what you're looking for. What's best for Nebraska might having a pitcher who does both, hit and pitch, get in the circle, get in the batter's box, do both things. Because Courtney Wallace, although she didn't bat a lot and sported a 250 batting average this season, a lot of clutch hits. It may not have been a lot of hits, but especially down in that regional, she had some clutch hits. It didn't lead to a lot of wins, but she was getting on base. She went 4 for 4 in that elimination game against Oklahoma State. So she was up there and doing her thing in the batter's box, and I'm sure Jordy Bahl would be more than willing to do that. Nebraska, again, as I said, would be more than willing to do that for her. But as you said, getting in the circle and being a number one recruit and being able to show what she's been able to show in the Big 12, which is a very good softball conference, and in the Women's College World Series, in the playoffs and the postseason for softball, what she's been able to show against that top tier of talented teams, coming to the Big 10, going to the Valley, playing in the Big East. I think, honestly, in terms of talent outside of a couple of teams here and there, probably a step down from the Big 12. So her going against these batters day in and day out, night in and night out, I expect, careful. I am hoping to see those stats look even better. I don't know if I'm going too far. I'm hoping, not expecting. I don't want to be one of those people, but I'm hoping that going into and it sounds weird, a weaker conferences in terms of softball talent than the Big 12 and Oklahoma moving to the SEC this next season. You would hope that her numbers look even better, if not just similar, because even similar numbers are still extremely impressive.
And that probably makes her Big Ten Player of the Year.
Easily.
If she just copy and paste. The funny thing is we normally see someone like Jordy Bahl put up numbers like she did at a mid-major and transfer up. Seeing her put up these numbers in one of the best softball conferences in the country for the premier program in the country, and then transferring down,
a little lateral, slightly down. It's like a half.
There's no lateral from Oklahoma right now.
I mean,
anyone else in the country is down. Now, I don't mean that as a slight to Coach Revelle in the program. It's built up, it's strong, it's solid, but anywhere is a step down from Oklahoma.
I mean, they just won 3 straight national titles, so yeah,
right.
Can't disagree.
No, and the concern that I have about that is, how does Jordy Bahl get pushed? How does she get pushed to improve and keep working? Because, the old adage, if you're staying the same, you're getting worse. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. The worry for me is, does she get bored of not being pushed, of being, too good, putting up the numbers she does? Can she add another pitch? Can she work on sequencing differently? Can she work on her, command and control, her locating? Can she take another step forward in the batter's box? Because that's the challenge for Nebraska, is don't let her get bored. Find ways to help her improve and push her boundaries.
And I think that's exactly what batting is going to do. I think stepping into that batter's box is going to be something that she's going to be able to focus on outside of the pitching realm. Like, she's already top tier in pitching. And like you said, can she get better? I think stepping into the batter's box again and being able to do that is what's going to keep those competitive juices flowing. And she's a very competitive person regardless. But being able to, do something that you haven't really done all that much, if at all. I think she batted a few times at Oklahoma, but all that much in college, and proving that you can do both things, that's, to me, what's going to keep her extremely competitive. And this team is already supremely competitive. You've seen them, night in and night out, go up against those top tier teams and put up a fight, whether they win or lose. So her going against the Andrews sisters, going against Sydney Gray, going against Caitlin Kaneda, going against, all those other players on this, and Abby Squire, everybody else on this roster, I think that's going to keep those competitive juices going, and that's going to keep her trying to improve and, not being homesick anymore. I think that might help her take a step forward.
You hope, because I think there's, something to be said for going outside of your comfort zone, being pushed, but the hope coming back home is that she's more comfortable and she's able to take what she learned in Oklahoma and raise everyone up to her level. She's not, brought here to be a coach, but if she can, bring her work ethic, bring some of the techniques to help improve everyone else, and she feels better, in a better headspace, you would like to think that would, improve not just her play, but everyone around her.
Yeah, she's been to the mountaintop twice. She's been places that nobody else on this team has been outside of the coaching staff. So being able to impart that kind of wisdom on this team is going to go a long way, you hope. But that's going to do it for the first segment here. Up next, Jordan Larson, the legend of Nebraska from Hooper, Nebraska, the national champion with Nebraska, the gold medalist with Team USA, is coming back. She's going to be an assistant coach under John Cook and the Nebraska volleyball program. What does this do for an already great program? How much will her experience help this program take another step forward, if that's even possible? Up next on the Ticket Water Cooler.
What's the most important thing about Warhorse Casino? The people. The people play, and the people who make it all possible. Our team of trailblazers are the spirit behind everything we do. Join the Warhorse Casino family for a one-of-a-kind career. We're looking for driven individuals for our team in areas such as accounting, cashiering, currency drop and count, food and beverage, housekeeping, and more. Our team members are eligible for insurance and earn paid time off from day one. Not to mention paid holidays, 401k matching, discounts on meals, and the opportunity to advance at a growing company. If you're ready to blaze the trail, come to our next career fair on June 15th. We'll be interviewing on the spot from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Warhorse Gaming Office, located at 3730 South 14th Street in Lincoln. Fill out your application ahead of time to expedite the process and view all open positions at warhorsecasino.com. Get in the game today.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans, begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Guys, it's that time again. Another 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is starting on July 8th. I joined Farrell's a little over a year ago, and with their help, I've lost over 25 pounds and can confidently say I'm in the best shape of my life. The 10-week challenge combines kickboxing, stick training, and nutrition is approachable and achievable for any skill level. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the cost of enrollment. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 70th and Vine or 40th and Yankee Hill.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Generation V.
Opening a new location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Join us this Saturday during our grand opening sale. Everything is buy one, get one free. Mix and match between Vape, Delta 8, and Kratom, or buy two of your favorites for the price of one. Buy one Elf disposable, get one free. Buy premium THCA flower, get a free glass pipe. You decide what to BOGO this Saturday.
Generation V.
Don't miss the grand opening sale this Saturday at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cig contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn up to 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa cash checking account online or switch to any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy. Checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rock food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street, or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carryout, or schedule a catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Mostly sunny skies and slightly warmer here for our Tuesday. We'll see a high of 84, light west-southwest winds at around 10. Mainly clear tonight, a low dropping down to 57. The heat builds in a bit further as we head into our Wednesday. We'll be mainly sunny with an afternoon high approaching 91. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
to Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Ticket Water Cooler here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I am Rico, joined by my good friend and now co-host for a while, Austin Orman.
Yeah.
And don't make fun of Austin's voice, all right? We don't appreciate that.
I appreciate that you guys care enough to notice, but if it cracks or, sounds either higher or lower than normal, it's not permanent. I have drank more water than I have in so long just this week.
Maybe it's the water.
I'm not a water guy. Maybe it is the problem.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's like I'll drink it, but I can't just drink water, and that's a problem.
It's just boring.
And my wife is like, "How much water have you drank today?" And I go, "Like a bottle." And she's like, "You need more." And I go,
Do you though?
There's water in Mountain Dew.
Thank you.
There's water.
Thank you.
I have lemonade over here.
Yeah.
There's water in that.
Yeah.
It's just some flavor. I need some flavor to my water. I'm sorry. It's just how I am.
Headhunter, I am 24 years old. I'll be 25 in 2 weeks. Don't even bring up puberty. It's not funny. Actually, kind of is. Well played.
It's like slightly funny. Swallowed a frog, says Eric. Why, oh, why did he swallow a frog? But we're not here to talk about Austin's voice. We're here to talk about one governor.
Hello, governor.
Jordan, the governor, Larson, is returning to Nebraska volleyball in July when she is allowed to, per NCAA rules, as the third assistant coach on the roster after the NCAA approved that ruling back in January. Jordan Larson will join Kelly Hunter and Jalen Reyes as the assistant coaches for Nebraska volleyball, making a supremely stacked coaching room for the Nebraska volleyball team. Now, this Nebraska volleyball team already has, 3 back-to-back number one recruiting classes, if I am correct. Going to more than likely add another one this coming off season, but with the addition of Merritt Beeson from the transfer portal from Florida, and the loss of a couple of players, but the additions of some of those freshmen who stepped up, who are now sophomores, and some of the other players who are sophomores to juniors who are doing their things. This team, after their 5-match trip to Brazil, looks to me like the number one team in the nation. Now, you could say, oh, Texas is the defending national champions and blah, blah, blah. If you look at that Texas team, they lost a lot. I don't know, the most important player in the nation. I cannot remember her name, and I feel like a terrible person for it. But I believe that she has moved on as well, and Texas is going to be looking for a lot of different pieces, whereas Nebraska has all these pieces returning and adds the services of one Jordan Larson. And I saw it on the text line earlier today. Just because you were a great player does not mean you are a great coach. Jordan Larson has been cutting her teeth in the coaching ranks for club volleyball. She was an assistant down in Texas for a time.
No, not just in Texas, at Texas.
At Texas.
That's why I was so upset with Jordan Larson. She went to Texas. She wore burnt orange. She did that. She did. She was a traitor, but she came back home.
But she came back home.
She realized what she's supposed to do. The prodigal daughter returns.
Coaching at a club.
And Logan Eggleston is here.
Logan Eggleston. Yes. I believe it was her senior year. I believe she is gone.
Yes.
So, they don't have Logan Eggleston. And if you watched any type of Texas volleyball last season, you knew that when they got in a pinch or if they just wanted a point right away, Logan Eggleston. You go to Logan Eggleston time after time after time. Now, they do have Asia O'Neal still, and she is an amazing person. And if you didn't know, again, if you didn't watch any Texas volleyball, you should know this. But if you didn't know, the daughter of Jermaine O'Neal.
That's right.
Who was always at the matches. I sat one section away from him at the national championship game.
Nice.
I wanted to go say hi, but I didn't. And I'm not sure if that was a good or a bad idea. I didn't, but it's okay. He looked very uncomfortable because the seats are not meant for somebody as big as he is. But again, Texas lost a lot of pieces. Nebraska returning a bunch of pieces and not going to lose anybody to graduation after this upcoming season because there are no seniors on this roster.
Is this year the year or is next year the year? I mean,
I think it's this. I think it's this year. again, without jinxing anything, I think this year for sure would be the year. If it's going to happen at any other year, next year's looking promising, but you're bringing in 3 freshmen, which means you're going to need 3 people to depart from the team. Which is not ideal if you do win a national championship, but that's just kind of the way that these things work, especially after COVID.
And if there's anyone you trust to get this figured out quickly with this team, as young as it is in some cases, it's John Cook. And that's where I ask, this year or next year, why not both? If there's any program at this, University of Nebraska, it'd be dope. But I think that's the one program that can consistently handle expectations because they've been there since like the mid 90s. And again, the expectations were there for football before that, and they're in the mid 90s, but volleyball's kept it rolling. I know they had a little bit of a title drought, but, still making the tournament, still making the second weekend, even if you didn't get to, nearly as many Final Fours and national championship game appearances. But if there's one program we're going to talk about, in terms of national championship or bust and not feel bad about saying it, it has to be volleyball.
I mean, you would think so. They're always in the hunt year after year, going to the I keep saying playoffs. It's not playoffs. Going to the postseason, going into the NCAA tournament. That's the 2 words that I'm looking for. And usually getting into that final 8, that Elite 8 area, and getting into that Final 4. That's just something that it's almost Final 4 or bust year after year for Nebraska volleyball. What Terry Pettit, John Cook have built this program into. That's what they go for. That's what they strive for. As you said, in the mid 90s for football, that was their goal, championship or bust. And that's kind of Nebraska volleyball on the same pedestal after, was it 5 national titles for John Cook in his time at Nebraska? He's been here for 23 years. I want to say 24 because he was the associate head coach in 99
and then took over.
So I'm just been 24 years, not the head coach, but he's been here for 24 years. He was an assistant at a time before then.
Also, only 4 titles for Cook.
4 titles.
Pettit got one.
Sorry. 5 titles for Nebraska volleyball, 4 for Cook. I'm just counting this year. Whatever, it's fine. Somebody on the text line, an unnamed texter says, Rico, what other summer volleyball have you paid close attention to these last few weeks? What do you have to base Nebraska looking like the number 1 team off of? I have not paid attention to any other collegiate volleyball teams. I've only paid attention to Nebraska when they were down in Brazil, and the fact that they took the Brazilian military academy team with multiple of the Brazil national team members on it. And if you know Brazilian volleyball, their national team is, gold medal or bust.
That's why it was a big deal when Jordan Larson helped America beat Brazil for the first gold medal. Yeah.
Finally.
Which is also probably why she's not on the trip, because Brazil would hate her.
Yeah, I don't think they like her very
much.
Yeah. Taking that team to 5 sets and winning it, a team full of collegiate players going up against, and again, I say a few Brazilian national team members. Even a few Brazilian national team members is better than no national team members for Nebraska. So being able to beat that team in 5 and being able to sweep every other team in particularly not that close of fashion, that's what I'm basing my evaluation off of. Is it biased? Yeah, probably. But based on what they did last season, what they have returning, and what we've seen from this freshman class, albeit in a short term, going up against Wichita State and then going up against those 5 Brazilian teams.
5 Brazilian teams at once?
Yes, all at the same time. They look like a fantastic team, and to me, that's number 1. I mean, they're going to be in the top 5. I'm just throwing them at number 1.
Once you get, I get that we have, rankings for a reason. They're fun. They give us content. They're entertaining. But the last few years, I've shifted to thinking about teams more in tiers, more than, 1 through 25, because I think any of the top 5 teams in the country have a claim to be number 1 pretty much at any, given point. So it's so subjective. I mean, yeah, you can base it off of, record, but then you have to get into strength of schedule, who is available, where'd you play, what's the rest of the schedule, looked like recently. So I think it's safer just to do tiers. Is Nebraska a tier 1 national title contender? Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
That's really what we're saying.
Year in and year out, that's what they're going to do. And I love how we just turned this into a volleyball segment and didn't even talk about the fact that Jordan Larson is coming back to be an assistant coach. And I believe that her, experience at being a national champion at Nebraska, being on the Olympic team for as long as she has been, winning a gold medal for Team USA, will go a long way in assisting this team in getting to that next level. Now, you have multiple gold medal winners in Lexi Rodriguez, Becca Alec, and I believe Merritt Beeson was also on that team, the U19 team, U20 team that won gold at FIBA or World Championships. It was one of the two. There are multiple gold medal winners on this squad already, but it wasn't at the Olympic level against those professionals who play, overseas and have already gone through college and are already grown and grown women hitting the ball is a lot different than collegiate players hitting the ball. So they have some gold medal winners, but playing at the top of volleyball, Jordan Larson coming in, being able to impart her wisdom on those players, adding to the already amazing collection of coaches that John Cook has, again, with Kelly Hunter and Jalen Reyes, I believe should take this team to that next level and get them from, albeit they dealt with an injury at the last minute with Kenzie Knuckles going down to a freak accident during practice. And that's, to me, probably what held them out of making the Final Four in Omaha and losing in the Louisville Regional to Oregon. With Kenzie Knuckles, I believe they probably make it to the Final Four, but I'll be with leaving that out. I think the addition of Jordan Larson will take this team to another level.
The other thing that I think we should address quickly is how do we know she's going to be, a good coach? John Cook said so. Plain and simple. What evidence do we have that John Cook picks bad assistants?
I went through the John Cook coaching tree once, and we should get to a break, and then I'll go through the John Cook coaching tree. But
those roots run deep.
If you look up the John Cook coaching tree, which I implore you all to do right now before we get to it in this next segment, it's impressive. It's a very impressive coaching tree. Now, who can rival it? Probably Russ Rose, who was coaching at the highest level for what felt like a million years at Penn State, stepped down in 2021, which I believe he was the same age that John Cook is now. Not saying anything, just throwing that out there. When he stepped down at Penn State with over 1,000 wins and like 25 million national championships. That's probably the only other coaching tree in my mind in the volleyball world that can rival what John Cook has built for himself. But we're going to get to that on the other side of a break right here on the Ticket Water Cooler. You're listening to Rico and Austin, 93.7 The Ticket.
What's the most important thing about Warhorse Casino Lincoln? The people who come to play, and the people who make it all possible. Our team of trailblazers are the spirit behind everything we do. Join the Warhorse Casino family for a one-of-a-kind career. We're looking for driven individuals for our team. Areas such as accounting, cashiering, currency drop and count, food and beverage, housekeeping, and more. Our team members are eligible for insurance and earn paid time off from day one. Not to mention paid holidays, 401k matching, discounts on meals, and the opportunity to advance at a growing company. If you're ready to blaze the trail, come to our next career fair on June 15th. We'll be interviewing on the spot from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Warhorse Gaming Office, located at 3730 South 14th Street in Lincoln. Fill out your application ahead of time to expedite the process and view all open positions at warhorsecasino.com. Get in the game today.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
There's never been a better time to earn more on your checking account. Open a free Kasasa cash checking account with Liberty First Credit Union and earn a 5.5% APY for up to $40,000. It's simple. Open your Kasasa cash checking account online or stop into any of the 4 Lincoln locations or Seward and Omaha branches. Liberty First makes switching easy, and Kasasa checking is always free. See libertyfirstcu.com for details. Federally insured by NCUA. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric. Exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Sync with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, Sunday Family Fun Days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket for the LIBA Business Hour, as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Mostly sunny skies and slightly warmer here for our Tuesday. We'll see a high of 84. Light west-southwest winds at around 10. Mainly clear tonight, a low dropping down to 57. The heat builds in a bit further as we head into our Wednesday. We'll be mainly sunny with an afternoon high approaching 91. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, listen up. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. If you're in Lincoln, Waverly, or the surrounding area, contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If your loved one is struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to the final segment here on the Ticket Water Cooler. I'm Rico, joined by Austin Orman. So we just got back, but I do realize that I didn't move it up, and we do need to pause 10 seconds for station identification as soon as this wonderful song is over. So as soon as this is over, we're going to take 10 seconds to pause for station identification. But we were talking in the break, and again, you guys can join in the conversation, 402-464-5685, or in the comment section on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Just talking during the break about Jordan Larson's return to Nebraska and the possible lineups that Nebraska volleyball could roll out, because on YouTube, Semprosectum, I hope I am saying that right, says Nebraska will start 3 freshmen: Bergen Riley, Murray, Andy Jackson, and the first defensive specialist, Lainey Choboy. Now, I agree with you on 2 of those. I do believe that Lainey Choboy, who is fantastic, and I love the energy that she brings to the court, will be the first defensive specialist for Nebraska volleyball. And I agree that Murray will also play a massive part in Nebraska volleyball this season. However, I don't see Andy Jackson starting. I believe that Becca Alec and Maggie Mendelson have kind of put their mark on the middle there, where you'll see those 2. I think Andy Jackson will come in from time to time, as Maggie has shown last season. She's able to play on either side and be a pin hitter. And Bergen Riley, the number 1 recruit in the nation, the best setter in the nation. I truly enjoy what she does, and I really think that she's going to be fantastic for Nebraska volleyball. I don't think it's this season. I think that Kennedy Orr has done enough and has worked with John Cook enough this offseason where she's out of her head, and that she'll be able to take over that starting spot and help Nebraska go on this season.
I'll give you my thoughts after the ID. How about that?
Okay.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I think in order of, likelihood to play, Murray and Choboy are, again, kind of that first tier.
Mm-hmm.
Curious to see if Maisie Bosiger can, step up and push, Lexi Rodriguez with Lainey Choboy or not. But I think
Lexi's set.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nobody's touching that.
That's what I'm saying. But in terms of the backup role,
yeah. Okay.
So I think Harper Murray plays a lot. Choboy is at least a rotation player. Middle, like you said, feels pretty locked down at this point. And then setter's the wild card, because Kennedy Orr's unproven at this point. So I think
2 years
there's
in the program.
Right. I think there's a chance for Bergen Riley to get on the court early, inconsistently. But let's not forget just how big of a get it was for Nebraska to keep Kennedy Orr away from Minnesota and Wisconsin. I mean, Kennedy Orr's from Minnesota. To lure her down to Lincoln to play, that was a huge get for Nebraska a few years ago. So the talent is definitely still in there, but as we know, it comes down to chemistry and timing in a lot of it. So the hope is that, like you said, Kennedy Orr is confident in her knee and especially confident in her game, because that is an extremely talented player.
Like you said, her knee injury, her freshman year, kind of set her back, and maybe that's what got her into her head, and she wasn't able to perform at the level that she wanted to this last season. I believe that another thing with that is the option to fall back on Nicklin Hames, I think, was another reason why it wasn't, the spot wasn't force fed to Kennedy Orr. You had Nicklin kind of sitting in the background there. She was coming back to just be a defensive specialist and be a leader for the team, not really on the court. But the fact that she was there and available, and Kennedy was struggling, I think that's kind of why she wasn't not allowed, but able to fight through what she was going through this last season.
This is where I think we have to trust John Cook with his plan, because if the plan was to have Nicklin Hames, as an emergency option and the defensive, kind of specialist in the back row, I'm going to trust that John Cook said, no, Kennedy Orr didn't have it last year, so that's why they made the move to put Nicklin back in the front row. Because I think there's always the potential when you make a move like that to be better in the short term. But what would have been better for Kennedy Orr? To play through it, to learn at game speed, or to have those reps on the bench. John Cook seems to think it was to have those mental reps, to be a part of the team and to watch and learn. And all I can say is I hope he's right.
Yeah, no, you want to put all of your trust in John Cook. I mean, he's been here again for 23 years. He knows a thing or two about volleyball. At least, that's what people tell me. And what he says and what he does usually leads to a lot of success for Nebraska volleyball. And the fact that Kennedy Orr didn't play sand volleyball and was taking that one-on-one training sessions with John Cook, I think that those training sessions will really help her going forward in being that starting setter for Nebraska volleyball. And I understand, some respect, I'm still kind of going at us on YouTube. Who played against Brazil military? You are wrong. Also, every minute Orr trained with Cook, Riley was training too. I get that. But one-on-one training with John Cook, a lot more specialized, getting to the root of the problem, working on the things that she does wrong, improving the things that she does well, one-on-one with Coach Cook, as opposed to, and I get it, it's still training, it's still practice, but with everyone else, I think that that's going to really hone her down and get her to that level that she can be Nebraska's starting setter.
The other thing to keep in mind is that relationship. Coaches will tell you they don't play favorites, but think about who's also an assistant on John Cook's staff right now. Kelly Hunter, who had an all-time great season in leading Nebraska to a national championship. She's on staff. Their relationship super tight. John Cook brought his daughter Lauren back, first-team All-American. So it's kind of the head coach or offensive play caller quarterback relationship to some degree. So if John Cook and Kennedy Orr have been spending that time training, it hasn't been all volleyball. I'm sure as they're working, they've been there talking, getting to know each other better. And trust is a huge part in these decisions. I'm not saying Bergen Riley is necessarily a better or worse player than Kennedy Orr, but I still think that John Cook would have more of that, pre-established relationship and trust in Kennedy Orr at this point.
And another thing, we're talking about Bergen Riley, who's the number one recruit in the nation. Kennedy Orr was also the number one recruit in the nation. They've got that going for him. Again, Kennedy dealt with the knee injury her freshman year. Maybe that got into her head, and maybe that's the reason she wasn't performing well. She had this entire offseason to not really worry about competitive volleyball until they went down to Brazil and just focus on herself, focus on training, focus on her mentals. Maybe she got right. We'll see. They're both supremely talented players. I don't think they can go wrong either way. But in my mind, I think it's Kennedy's. I think it's Kennedy's, but it's okay. I can be wrong. I'm okay with that. Up next, Happy Hour. We're going to talk a little bit more on this. We're going to hit on Jordy Bahl. And if Jordy Bahl returning to Nebraska, does Jordy Bahl returning to Nebraska, if she returns to Nebraska, help the entire Husker Athletic Department getting in-state recruits? I guess we'll see. Up next on the Happy Hour.
Generation V.
Opening a new location at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Saturday during our grand opening sale, buy one, get one free. Mix and match between Vape, Delta 8, and Kratom, or buy two of your favorites for the price of one. Buy one Elf Bar disposable, get one free. Buy premium THCA flower, get a free glass pipe. You decide what to BOGO this Saturday. Don't miss the grand opening Saturday at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E-cigs contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
What's the most important thing about Warhorse Casino Lincoln? The people who come to play, and the people who make it all possible. Our team of trailblazers are the spirit behind everything we do. Join the Warhorse Casino family for a one-of-a-kind career. We're looking for driven individuals for our team in areas such as accounting, cashiering, currency drop and count, food and beverage, housekeeping, and more. Our team members are eligible for insurance and earn paid time off from day one, not to mention paid holidays, 401k matching, discounts on meals, and the opportunity to advance at a growing company. If you're ready to blaze the trail, come to our next career fair on June 15th. We'll be interviewing on the spot from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Warhorse Gaming Office, located at 3730 South 14th Street in Lincoln. Fill out your application ahead of time to expedite the process and view all open positions at warhorsecasino.com. Get in the game today.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Hey, moms and dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for Fireworks Fridays, Souvenir Saturdays, Sunday Family Fun Days, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event? Make it a home run with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-474-2255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Guys, it's that time again. Another 10-week challenge at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping is starting on July 8th. I joined Farrell's a little over a year ago, and with their help, I've lost over 125 pounds and can confidently say I'm in the best shape of my life. The 10-week challenge combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching in a way that is approachable and achievable for any skill level. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the cost of enrollment. Head to theticketfm.com and click on the banner on the homepage to learn more. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 70th and Vine or 40th and Yankee Hill.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Herrick Services takes this time to wish all the dads out there a happy Father's Day. We hope that everyone is able to show how much they care for and respect the dads in their life for this weekend especially, but in everyday life too. This important message comes to you from Bart, Mike, and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialists here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
Problem gambling is not just a financial issue. It's an emotional problem with financial consequences. If you are a loved one who's struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing. At 6701 Corner